and welcome to SAIT Newsfile. I'm Reese Tenhove. Jonah Tobias will have a look at the latest sports highlights. Jonah, what can we expect?
We will take a look at the NFL, and we will also talk about how the women's and men's SAIT hockey teams are performing.
Well, I can't wait. A little bit later, we'll have Tamara Ward take a look at the weather. But first, here are today's top stories. One person is dead and 2 are in life-threatening condition following a daylight shooting Monday afternoon. The incident happened at the Trans-Canada Centre in the Northeast. Crews arrived a little before 2, where a man was pronounced dead at the scene. One witness was taking his young kids out for ice cream when they heard gunshots ripple through the shopping centre.
It's absolutely vicious. It's unacceptable. You know, like who wants to live in a city like that? Why don't you go get ice cream?
No details have been released on the suspect. A pedestrian is in life-threatening condition after a collision Sunday evening. Police say the man was crossing 5th Avenue Southeast in downtown when he was struck by a vehicle. The driver, a man in his 40s, was uninjured and remained at the scene until crews arrived. Police do not believe speed, drugs, or alcohol were involved. A man in his late 20s was killed in an avalanche this weekend after him and another ice climber were swept up in the snowslide. The pair had finished climbing for the day and were descending on foot when they were hit by the avalanche. RCMP rescued the woman but were unable to find the man she was climbing with. His body was recovered the next day. The woman was able to climb out thanks to her avalanche equipment she had brought for this exact purpose. The woman was found thanks to her Garmin GPS, which alerted crews to her general location. The distress signal went out at about 3:15 Saturday afternoon in the Ranger Creek area. With Alberta's record high inflation, students around SAIT feel like they're not able to keep up with the cost of life. We have Trey Smith reporting live from the newsroom. Trey, what are students at SAIT doing to make ends meet during this affordability crisis?
Yes, Reese, students are having to come up with some creative ways to cut corners to make life a little easier as money becomes tight for those paying their way through school. With tuition going up anywhere from 5 to 7%, SAIT students are not happy having to pay as Canada faces an extreme inflation period. Many students around campus have enjoyed signing up for promotions with the on-campus Starbucks and Subway, as taking off even as little as 10% can help save costs. Some other ideas involve meal prepping lunches for the week or joining SAIT's free pancake breakfast for Wellness Wednesday.
Eating out less, making food at home, kind of just only buying stuff that I kind of need. Can't really get any new stuff for school, kind of just using the stuff that I had from last year and etc.
Even with all the costs that students have with groceries, rent, and school, the Alberta government laid another increase for students as SAIT will up their fees another 2% in 2024-2025. Back to you, Reese.
Thanks, Trey. That was Trey Smith reporting live from the newsroom. Many working Canadians are feeling the pressure of keeping food on the table. With over 11% increase of food prices since January, students are also feeling the strain. SAIT has stepped up to help their students with a pay-what-you-can farmers market. Carlene Sorensen reports.
The Teddy Market here at SAIT is a pay-what-you-can market to help students get what they need. And by the looks of this turnout, this is exactly what they need. The market has everything from fruits and vegetables to toothpaste and dish soap. There is a large variety of items for the students to choose from.
Oh, so many things I didn't expect actually. Just like the toothpaste. Actually, I just need a toothpaste and I don't have to shop to go far away to buy it because right now I don't have a car. So actually it's really important for students like me.
According to Canada's food pricing report, Canadians won't be getting a break on increasing food prices anytime soon. It is forecast that the cost of food will increase again from 5 to 7% this year. SAIT understands the strain this is putting on students to get the proper nutrition they need to succeed in their study.
SAIT is hosting a pay-what-you-can farmers market to get all the nutrients and veggies and fruits and everything that you could possibly need to finish off this semester strong. And if you look at the turnout, and you oh look, we have a friend. It's Eddie. But yeah, with this food lineup and everything, there's obviously a really good market in store for everybody.
Well, it really means a lot for me because as a student, even though I've saved a bunch of money, student loans gets me so far, and here that I'm now in the final stretch, days away from graduating.
Some of
SAIT Newsfile, I'm Carlene Sorensen.
It's an exciting week for coin collectors and fans of King Charles. Production of the brand new King Charles coins began earlier this week. The Royal Canadian Mint says that a small number of 2023 coins with King Charles on them will be released in December. The image features work by Canadian artist Stephen Rosat, who has designed other coins for the Mint. These include the 6 silver National Hockey League goalie coins and 100th anniversary commemorative loonie in honor of the Toronto Maple Leafs. King Charles will appear on all of the Canadian coins and the $20 bill. Those are today's top stories. We'll have your full forecast after the break. But first, Tamron Ward has a look at what's going on in Calgary this week.
Calgary Scouts are hosting the 3rd annual Christmas market on Sunday from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m. Go on over to check out local vendors, different kinds of food, and many different raffle prizes. Want to enjoy a night of hockey for free? The SAIT men's hockey team will face Portage in a matchup on Saturday night at Winsport. The Olympic Oval is hosting its first ever holiday market and skate from noon to 5 p.m. on Saturday. Admissions are only $10 per adult and $5 for a youth ticket. Every ticket for the films at the fort includes popcorn and admission to watch a variety of Christmas movies. It's a perfect way to get into the holiday spirit. For only $10, Calgarians can connect with the community over a glass of wine and some laughs while working on different craft projects. There's only 3 dates for this event, so make sure to get tickets when you can.
Welcome to Weather with SAIT Newsfile. I'm Tamron Ward. I'm so glad I brought my jacket today because it's going to get chilly tonight. Let's take a look around the country. So in the West Coast, we have a high pressure system that's pushing everything out towards Winnipeg, which we have Regina sitting at 5 degrees and Vancouver at 8 degrees. Let's look at the East Coast. We have a low pressure system that's pushing everything up towards St. John's. As we can see, cloudy all over the map here with very consistent temperatures. Now let's take a look at some places hotter in the world.
It's 27 degrees in Palm Springs. The sun will stay out all day in Barbados at 31. Clouds will be out in Cancun and Honolulu sitting at 27 degrees. Orlando is sitting at 25 with a chance of rain. The sun will be out all day in Las Vegas sitting at 24 degrees.
And in Calgary today, we're sitting at 6 degrees with sunny conditions and winds coming from 9 kilometers per hour. We can expect snow tonight because there's a 70% chance that we can see little snowflakes tonight. And in Alberta, we have a low pressure system that's coming from the south and bringing up everything to the north, as you can see with the clouds, like I had mentioned earlier. We do have 1 degree here in Banff with the clouds as well from the system that's pushing everything up. But we do have a beautiful sunny 4 degrees in Grand Prairie, and we are still sitting in the positives in Calgary. Which 5-day forecast? It will be partly cloudy tonight and partly cloudy tomorrow. It will be sunny on Saturday, cloudy on Sunday, and sunny again on Monday. So let's hope that the snow goes away before the start of the week next week. After this commercial, we will look at Jonah Tobias for the sports.
What do you think of when you hear the word home? A place to rest? A place to play? A place for friends and family to gather. There are people in the city who unfortunately don't have that. They only have a house. WINS wants to change that. Donate household items to the House to Home program and help make a house a home again. It's only when you have homes that you have a community.
Come and learn the fast-paced world of television production. Find your passion to write, shoot, edit, and direct news, sports, and dramatic productions. With industry-standard technology and the best instructors in the business, SAIT's television production program teaches you everything you need to know for a career in broadcasting. This is television production. Come and dare to be on air.
Welcome back to SAIT Newsfile. Jonah Tobias joins us now for a look at the latest highlights. Jonah, what can we expect here?
We can expect to go over how the Flames are doing, and we'll see in Toronto how the Raptors are performing. But first, let's take a look at the NFL. The Denver Broncos head down to Buffalo to take on the Bills. The Bills are looking to get back on track after having a disappointing start to the season and only being 5-4, losing to the Bengals and suffering through many turnover issues. The Bills started the game off with the ball and continued their struggles, with James Cook fumbling the ball after catching the pass. Broncos capitalized by scoring a field goal, but the Bills got the ball back soon and were driving down the field when in the red zone, Josh Allen threw an interception and gave the Broncos the ball back. The Broncos drove down the field, and on 4th down, Russell Wilson was vintage and found Cortland Sutton in the end zone. The Bills quickly countered, driving down the field, finding Dalton Kincaid in the end zone, and then they followed that up quickly with a 2-point conversion to Gabe Davis. The Bills quickly got the ball back, but Josh Allen made another mistake by throwing an interception to the Broncos, where they soon capitalized with a field goal to end the first half up 15-8. To begin the second half, Broncos drove down and found Javonte Williams to a touchdown, but Bills always countered back, and they did this way with James Cook driving down the field, and then Josh Allen ran the ball down the left side for a rushing touchdown. The Broncos were then down 22-21 as they tried to drive down the field to tie the game, and as they set up for a game-winning field goal, it missed, but the Bills had too many men on the field, so the Broncos then walked them off on a game-winning field goal. The Broncos ended up taking this one 24-22, and the Bills fell to 5-5 out of a playoff spot for this time. NFL's back next on Thursday Night Football, where there's a division battle between the Ravens and Bengals in Cincinnati. SAIT had a full weekend of sports with all their hockey teams playing. Starting with hockey, SAIT men's team on Friday took on Red Deer Polytechnic and won in a high-scoring affair 7-6. Then on Saturday, SAIT men's team took on Red Deer again, but this time won in more dominant fashion, this time 7-4. The women's ice hockey team, although was not as fortunate, as they only had one game this weekend, with it being on Friday, also against Red Deer. This time they lost 2-0 in a low-scoring affair. They'll be back in action this weekend. The Flames have struggled so far this year with only 4 wins and having 10 losses, and their team now is struggling with injuries. Today they take on the Canadiens of Montreal, who have had a much better year so far with 7 wins already. The Flames' biggest problem this year so far has been scoring goals, as they're only 27th in the league in goals scored. Although good news for Flames fans is Jacob Markstrom will make his return today, as he hopes for his 3rd win on the year. The Flames will be back at home after for a mini homestand against the tough Canucks and Islanders. Raptors were back home after their long road trip, hosting the Wizards and hoping for a bounce back after their blowout loss with the Celtics. The Raptors start off slow with sloppy defense, Wizards capitalizing with cuts and scoring from short. Raptors guard Grady Dick came off the bench as a spark plug as he nailed down back-to-back threes. Wizards put together in the second quarter as Kuzma and Poole scored in transition, and Poole's shot creation was too much. Raptors down 20 heading into the second half. It was Pascal Siakam time as he showed a scoring outburst, getting into the paint at will and scoring time after time with many and ones and finding his shooters in the corner for easy 3-pointers. With the Raptors down a couple baskets in their dying minutes of the fourth quarter, Chris Boucher saved the show for Raptors by getting a huge block on Denny Avdija and then following it up with a layup to tie the game. Then with the game on the line, tied 107-107, Pascal hit a game winner to seal the comeback win for the Raptors. Raptors took this one 111-107 with a 23-point comeback for a much-needed win. Wizards next play host to the Mavericks, as where the Raptors continue their homestand against the Bucks. And that's a look at sports.
Well, we're looking for an exciting weekend with sports. I specifically am very excited for the women's hockey team. They've been doing a whole lot better with their playing recently, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they have to do against Olds tomorrow. Cameron, can you tell us what to expect for the weekend?
Yeah, too bad for Jonah. He won't be able to go shoot some hoops tonight because it will be snowing, but hopefully by the end of this week, it will be sunny right back again. Thank you, Reese.
I'm looking forward to it for sure. Well, that's all for SAIT Newsfile. Thanks for watching.